The Senate is inching closer to a deal on immigration, but a vote in the House shows just how difficult it'll be to reach the finish line. Our political director, John Dickerson, joins us from Washington. John, good morning.
Good morning, Anthony.
John, are the latest move in the Senate to add agents, border agents, enough to get a deal on immigration, do you think?
Well, in the Senate, it looks like it's inching towards that. There were a number of senators, mostly Republicans, who were worried that basically if you create a pathway to citizenship for undocumented workers in the United States, that you would get that, but you wouldn't get tough measures to secure the border and deal with new inflows of illegal immigrants. And what this deal does is it creates a series of triggers that have to be met before that pathway to citizenship starts for those undocumented workers here. Conservatives, though, worry about two things. One, that these measures, these new border agents raising the fence, that won't really stop the flow. And secondly, that promises made now are just never kept when it comes down to actually following through on those promises.
But, John, wasn't part of the Senate strategy to get such a huge number of votes in the Senate that it would create the momentum finally in the House to move forward on an immigration bill?
That's right. In the Senate, they say they've got maybe 70 votes in support of this comprehensive reform. And the idea is something coming out of the Senate with that has such a head of steam that the House will have to take it up. Well, House conservatives say absolutely not. We've got our own body over here. We do things our way. They don't like this new deal. Now, so the question becomes, what will John Boehner do? Will he, in the very end of this, allow a vote in which he needs Democratic votes to get something passed? Or will he stick to his promise and say that anything that passes has to pass with a majority of Republicans? That's the key question to ask. And John Boehner's the one who could feel the pressure to bring up a vote and allow Democrats to help him to pass it.
And, John, one more sign of dysfunction in Congress and Washington, the Farm Bill, which for 2 years straight has failed to pass the House. Explain why this matters to people.
Well, it matters, of course, to farmers, and it matters because this bill, which sets in place policies for 5 years, affects all kinds of different parts of the economy. The existing measures are very, very outdated in terms of what it matters, though, politically, though, is it shows that basically the House leadership is weak, that they, in this case, needed, it's not a dictatorship over there. They need Democratic help. In this case, there was a coalition of Democrats who didn't like the cuts to food stamps, Republicans who didn't like the subsidies, and that's why the bill died.
John Dickerson, good to see you. Thank you.